Your cat walks up to your water glass, makes eye contact with you, and deliberately pushes it off the table. They watch it fall, then look back at you. Why do cats do this infuriating thing? The answer reveals something profound about how cats think. Before we decode this mysterious cat behavior, I need you to do something. Drop your city name in the comments right now. I want to know where all you cat lovers are watching from, around the world. Seriously, pause and comment below. Now, let's talk about one of the most frustrating yet fascinating behaviors cats display and why understanding it will actually improve your relationship with your cat. If you live with a cat, you've probably experienced this. You set something on the counter, keys, a pen, your phone. Your cat walks over, looks at the object, looks at you, and then deliberately pushes it onto the floor. Sometimes they even bat it around first, testing its movement before committing to the full push. This behavior seems spiteful. It looks intentional and malicious. But feline behaviorists have studied this extensively, and the real reasons cats knock things over are far more complex and interesting than simple mischief. Let's start with reason number 1, hunting instinct and prey testing. Cats are obligate carnivores and apex predators. Every fiber of their being is designed for hunting. Even though your house cat is well fed and has never caught real prey, those hunting instincts remain incredibly strong. When a cat encounters an object, especially something small and lightweight, their brain categorizes it as potential prey. But unlike live prey that moves on its own, this object is still. The cat needs to test it. By batting at the object, the cat is checking, does it move? How does it move? Is it alive? Will it run away? Research from the University of California studied predatory behavior in domestic cats and found that they use a specific sequence when investigating potential prey. First, they observe, then they tap or bat with their paw, then they watch the response. Finally, they engage fully. Knocking something off a table replicates this hunting sequence. The cat taps the object, it moves slightly. They bat it harder, it moves more. Eventually, they push it over the edge and watch it fall. This movement triggers their predatory response. The fact that the object falls and potentially bounces, rolls, or makes noise reinforces the behavior. From the cat's perspective, they successfully hunted the object by making it move. Studies using high-speed cameras show that when cats knock objects off surfaces, their pupils often dilate and their body posture shifts into hunting mode, crouched, focused, tail swishing. They're not being destructive, they're practicing predatory skills. Reason number 2 involves curiosity and intelligence testing. Cats are highly intelligent and naturally curious. They're constantly gathering information about their environment, and physical interaction is how they learn. When a cat pushes something, they're conducting an experiment. What happens when I apply force to this object? Does it fall? Does it break? What sound does it make? This is similar to how human toddlers drop things repeatedly. They're not trying to annoy parents. They're learning about gravity, cause and effect, and object permanence. Feline cognition researchers from Kyoto University demonstrated that cats understand basic physics. They can predict that an object placed on an unstable surface will fall. The act of knocking something over might be the cat testing their understanding or gathering sensory data. Different objects produce different results. A plastic bottle sounds different from a glass when it hits the floor. A pen rolls differently than a ball. Each interaction teaches the cat something about materials, weight, and physics. Some researchers believe cats specifically knock things off edges because the falling motion is particularly interesting to them. Objects that disappear over an edge and make sound when they land provide multisensory feedback that's engaging to their intelligent minds. Reason number 3 is one of the most common but least recognized: attention seeking. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You taught your cat to knock things over. Think about what happens when your cat pushes something off a table. You immediately react. You might yell, rush over, pick up the object, or scold the cat. Even negative attention is attention. Cats are smart enough to learn which behaviors get human responses. If knocking something over reliably gets you to stop what you're doing and interact with them, even if you're annoyed, they'll repeat that behavior. A study from Oregon State University found that cats value human interaction more than food, toys, or even catnip. When cats want attention and knocking things over has historically produced attention, they'll continue doing it. The timing is often revealing. Does your cat knock things over when you're busy on your computer, watching TV, talking on the phone? They're interrupting activities that exclude them by using a behavior they know will get your attention. Some cats even make eye contact. Before knocking something over, they're checking if you're watching. This isn't spite, it's communication. They're saying I want your attention in the most effective way they've learned. Reason number 4 connects to boredom and lack of enrichment. Cats need mental and physical stimulation. Indoor cats especially can suffer from insufficient enrichment. Without adequate opportunities to engage their hunting instincts and intelligence, they create their own entertainment. Knocking objects off surfaces becomes a self-rewarding game. The cat gets to engage their paw, coordination, watch things move, hear interesting sounds, and potentially chase the fallen object. It's multisensory engagement they're craving. Cats in enriched environments, those with cat trees, puzzle feeders, regular play sessions, and environmental stimulation knock things over less frequently than cats. In barren environments, a comprehensive study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that environmental enrichment reduced undesirable behaviors in cats by up to 60%. When cats have appropriate outlets for their instincts, they're less likely to target household items. The behavior often increases when owners are home but not interacting with the cat. The cat is bored, you're available, but ignoring them, so they entertain themselves with available objects. Reason number 5 involves territorial behavior and scent marking. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads. When they touch objects, they're depositing their scent. By batting at items and pushing them around, cats are marking territory and claiming ownership. This is particularly true for objects that smell like you or like outside. Your keys, phone, or items you've recently touched carry your scent. By pawing at them and moving them, your cat is mingling their scent with yours, a form of social bonding and territorial claiming. New objects introduced to the environment often become targets. If you bring home shopping bags, packages, or new items, your cat may knock them around as part of investigating and incorporating these foreign objects into their territorial map. From the cat's perspective, they're not being destructive, they're maintaining their territory and ensuring everything in their space has been inspected and scent marked. Reason number 6 addresses something most owners don't consider: texture and tactile preference. Cats are extremely tactile creatures. Their paw pads are highly sensitive and they gather significant sensory information through touch. Some objects have textures that are particularly satisfying for cats to touch. Smooth, cold surfaces like glass or metal might feel interesting against their paw pads. Objects with specific weights or balance points are satisfying to push. You might notice your cat targets specific types of objects repeatedly. Some cats love pushing pens or pencils because they roll satisfyingly. Others prefer glass objects that make good sounds. Some specifically target light objects that move easily. This selectivity suggests they're not being randomly destructive, they're choosing objects that provide specific tactile or sensory feedback they find rewarding. Veterinary behaviorists note that cats often develop individual preferences. One cat might only knock over cylindrical objects while another targets flat items. This personalization indicates the behavior serves a specific sensory need for each cat. Reason number 7 is critical: stress, anxiety, and displacement behavior. Sometimes knocking things over is a stress response. When cats feel anxious, threatened, or frustrated, they engage in displacement behaviors, activities that help them cope with uncomfortable emotions. Cats in multi-cat households with social tension might knock things over more frequently. It's an outlet for stress they can't otherwise express. Changes in routine, moving to a new home, new family members, or other environmental stressors can trigger increased object-pushing behavior. The behavior serves as a physical release for pent-up energy and emotional tension. By focusing on a physical task, batting and pushing objects, the cat redirects anxious energy into something tangible. If your cat's knocking behavior suddenly increases, consider environmental stressors. Have schedules changed? Is there construction noise nearby? Has a new pet or person been introduced? These factors significantly impact cat behavior. Now let's address the big question: is it revenge or spite? Despite how it looks, cats don't knock things over out of revenge. Cats don't think in terms of punishment or retaliation the way humans do. They live in the present moment, react to current circumstances, not past grievances. When your cat pushes your glass off the table right after you scolded them, it seems retaliatory. But what's actually happening is either coincidental timing or the cat responding to your negative energy by seeking attention or relief from stress. Scientific studies on feline cognition confirm that cats don't possess the cognitive complexity required for revenge. They don't plan punitive actions or deliberately try to upset you. What looks like spite is actually cause and effect learning. When I do this, human reacts is not the same as I'm angry at human, so I'll break their stuff. Understanding this distinction is crucial. Viewing your cat's behavior as spiteful creates conflict in your relationship. Recognizing it as instinct-driven or attention-seeking allows you to address the root cause effectively. So what can you do about this behavior? First, increase environmental enrichment. Provide appropriate outlets for hunting instincts through interactive play sessions at least twice daily. Use wand toys, laser pointers, or motorized toys that mimic prey movement. Install cat trees in vertical spaces. Cats need to climb, perch, and observe from heights. When these needs are met, they're less likely to entertain themselves by knocking things over. Provide puzzle feeders and food dispensing toys. These engage the cat's problem-solving abilities and make eating more mentally stimulating. Rotate toys regularly. Cats become bored with the same toys. Introducing new toys every few weeks by rotating stock keeps things interesting. Second, manage your environment. Don't leave tempting objects in accessible locations. If your cat targets specific items, store them securely when not in use. Use museum putty, non-slip mats, or weighted bases to stabilize objects you want displayed. This removes the satisfaction of pushing things over. Create designated yes zones. Place cat-safe objects in areas where your cat can knock them around without consequence. Some owners create activity boards with attached lightweight balls, bells, or toys specifically for the cat to bat at. Third, address attention-seeking behavior appropriately. If your cat knocks things over for attention, never reward it with attention, positive or negative. Instead, completely ignore the behavior. Don't look at the cat, don't speak, don't react. Then, when the cat is calm and well-behaved, provide abundant attention, play, and interaction. This teaches the cat that good behavior earns attention while knocking things over earns nothing. Schedule quality interactive time with your cat daily. Many cats knock things over simply because they're not getting enough engagement from their humans. For stress-related knocking, identify and address the stressor. This might require veterinary behaviorist consultation if anxiety is severe. Consider pheromone diffusers like Feline, which release calming cat pheromones into the environment. These can reduce stress-related behaviors if the behavior is compulsive or excessive. Consult a veterinarian in rare cases. Compulsive disorders require medical intervention. Here's something fascinating from recent research. Scientists discovered that cats show individual personality differences in object interaction behaviors. Some cats are neophilic. They love new objects and actively seek out novel items to investigate. These cats are more likely to knock things over frequently. Others are neophobic. They're cautious about new objects and prefer familiar environments. These cats rarely knock things over unless bored or attention-seeking. Understanding your cat's personality type helps you predict and manage their behavior more effectively. So when your cat knocks your glass off the table, they're not being evil or vengeful. They're expressing hunting instincts, testing object properties, seeking your attention, alleviating boredom, or managing stress. The behavior that seems deliberately annoying is actually natural feline behavior that's being directed at inappropriate targets because appropriate outlets are missing. By understanding the why behind the behavior, you can address the root cause instead of just being frustrated by the symptom. Provide enrichment, manage your environment, and ensure your cat gets adequate physical and mental stimulation. Your relationship with your cat will improve dramatically when you stop viewing their behavior as malicious and start seeing it as communication and instinct. If this video helped you understand your cat better, hit that like button and subscribe for more feline behavior insights. And remember, drop your city in the comments. I want to know where all you cat lovers are watching from. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we continue decoding the mysteries of cat behavior.